Welcome back. What I have here in the garage today is a 96 GEO Tracker, and the lady asked me to install 4 new interior door handles. Belts need to be replaced. She needs an oil change, and she has a sticking brake pedal. Now, my preliminary checks on the sticking brake pedal leads me to believe that this master cylinder is leaking. You can see it's wet where it mounts to the brake booster. So we're going to suck out this brake fluid and go ahead and take this master cylinder off and see what we got. I just wanted to add this tool to this video real quick. This evacuator. I have another one. It's a smaller one. It's about a quart size. But this one here, you can either hand pump it to get vacuum, or you have the air valve, which I normally use the air valve because I use this one for large evacuations. But I just wanted to add that to the video because this is what I'm going to be using to remove the brake fluid from the master cylinder on this particular vehicle. If I remember to, I'll add a link to Amazon for this product in the description. I removed the master cylinder, and as you can see that it's rebounding really good. So I know it's not the master cylinder that's causing the brake pedal to stick, but it is leaking, so this will have to be replaced. So after removing the master cylinder, I went in and applied the brake pedal, and it was sticking. So brake fluid has obviously leaked into this brake booster and contaminated it and causing it to not rebound. So I went into the car and removed the pin. Let's see if I can get it up there. Remove the pin that connects the brake pedal to the brake booster. Yeah, right in there. Then I went ahead and removed all 4 of the bolts there, or sorry, nuts to remove the brake booster. So we're gonna go under the hood now and do that. It's the same vehicle, it's the GEO Tracker. One of the other things the lady wanted me to do was replace all 4 of her door handles, because this one was completely broken off. So she supplied me with 4 new ones. So we're going to go ahead and work on getting the door panel off. I started off by moving that screw first. Now we're gonna pop off the power door locks and the switch here, and we'll go from there. It was real simple. I just took my trim tool and popped out the that end there. This is the easiest one that I've ever worked on. That sucker came out real easy. So we'll disconnect the wire harness here so we can completely pull this out, and then we'll see what's next. Yeah, on this one all you have to do is just pop the panel out, because it just clips all the way around that door, and we should get that out. Hopefully this should just pop right on out, hopefully. So we'll see what happens. Alright, I got the door panel off. Went ahead and snapped that clip into place on the new door handle. So now we just got to get it into the door panel and snap her back in place. Alright, got the door panel back on. Now I'm gonna snap this piece back into place. Let's see, where are my holes here? There we go. That's okay. I got the wire harness plugged back in. Snap that back into place. This has got a little piece of debris in it. There we go. Alright, I got the handle put back in. Just had that screw right there, that rusty old screw there. Now let's screw this handle into place here. Just screw it right in the center there, and alright, and that's that. Now off to the back. The rear door looks to be about the same. Screw for the handle itself, power window switch, and the handle. And it looks like it's going to be clips all the way around again. So I'll start by getting the handle and out and switch out, and that handle there out. Yeah, the original clip here was pretty brittle, so it broke off pretty easily, but the new handles come with new clips, so we're good to go there. So now I got that clip on, I'm gonna slide the new door handle onto that clip and go from there. And these handles, just that clip just slides right through that hole and snaps into place. Very simple installation. Alright, the rear door is put back in. The handle needs to be cleaned out. The new handle's in place. I'm going to go ahead and do the other two and then give these door panels a good cleaning. While working on this back door, this handhold here was, well, for lack of better terms, just completely covered in melted crayons. I had to scrape them all out just to get to the screw to remove the handle. So do your local service tech a favor and don't let your kids leave crayons like this in a hot car, because they will melt. I got the last one put in. Now I'm going to clean these door panels up real quick and move on to the next task on this laundry list for this vehicle. Another item I had to do on this GEO Tracker is this belt on the AC compressor. Very easy to change out. Just loosen up this bolt there. Don't take it out. You don't have to take it out. You just got to do is loosen it up and then come back around to the back side of the AC compressor, and that nut right there on that bolt that's coming out, all I gotta do is just loosen up that nut. You don't have to take it out, just loosen it up. And what that does is it allows that AC compressor to pivot so you can put that belt on. Yeah, it's been a few days now. I've finally got the brake booster in. Master cylinder came in yesterday. I went to go pick it up. When you know, the wrong one. Box had the right part number and everything, but yeah, that master cylinder was nowhere close to what goes on this vehicle. But anyway, the brake booster came in today. It looks to be the correct. I've got it slid into place already. Now I'm just going to go around to the inside of the vehicle and put my 4 nuts in and install the pin for the brake pedal. You see the, where are they at here? Where are you guys? Probably not going to see it very well, am I? Well, where are we? There we go. Now I got to shine some light on the subject here. You know, just trust me. There you go. Now you can see them. Just those 4 studs there. I'll get the nuts on and we'll go from there. Alright, I got the brake booster in. Made the adjustment for the brake pedal. Got the 4 nuts on, and all I'm waiting for now is, like I said, I got the master cylinder the other day and it was completely the wrong part. I mean, it was in the right box, but we know how that is. That's why I don't like ordering parts, because you wait forever to get them, and then when you get them you find out that they're the wrong parts. I've always had good luck with Rock Auto sending me the right stuff. One time on Amazon I ordered some parking brake shoes for my truck, and the item number and everything and the description of the item on Amazon was correct, but when they sent me the brake shoes, they were the wrong ones. So I just sent them back, and I just went up to the old napper and got the brake shoes from there. And I'm going to do a video on that. I'm not going to actually do the job, but I'm going to show you a way to put parking brake shoes on the Gen 4 Rams without having to remove the axle. Because service data tells you to remove the entire axle in order to gain access to them, but I figured out a way to do it without having to move the axle. So anyway, this is all I can do for right now until I get the master cylinder. Today is Wednesday. It's not supposed to be here till Friday. So, you know, it is what it is. So, all right, I will be back as soon as I get that master cylinder in. Well, I got the master cylinder put in, but before I talk about that, let me tell you a little story here. Not going to name the auto parts store, but boy, oh boy, do they really need to get their whatever together. So I went to said parts store last Monday and ordered the master cylinder. They said it'd be there Tuesday. I said, great. Go up there to go get the master cylinder. Not even anywhere close to the master cylinder that goes on this tracker. So I had my wife pick it up on her way home from work. So, you know, she brings it home and I find out it's the wrong one. So I bring it back to the parts store. Reorder it. So this is Tuesday. They say be in on Friday. So wasn't happy about it being on Friday, but I'm like, whatever, if that's what it takes, you know, that's what I'm going to go ahead and wait. Friday comes. Friday afternoon comes. I called them around lunchtime and asked if the master cylinder was in, and the guy says, no, the tracking number says it won't be here till 7 o'clock. So I'm like, 7 o'clock? I'm like, man, the whole day's gone. So I'm thinking, whatever, that's fine. I'll work on it on Saturday. Oh, 7:30 rolls around. I go up to parts store to go get the master cylinder. Again, wrong master cylinder. A second time, I waited the whole week for a second one, and it was the wrong one again. So, tell the guy behind the counter, I said, you know what? I said, just, because I had already paid for it when I ordered the first one Monday. I said, you know what? Just give me my money back. I'm going to go somewhere else. Guy's like, cool, yeah, I'll give you money back. Hey, I'm sorry, you know, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, that's fine. I'm just going to go somewhere else. So the master cylinder was 150 bucks, and he gives me 150 bucks back in $5 bills. I couldn't even close my wallet. I'm like, seriously. But whatever, I got my money back. So I go out to my truck, and I'm sitting in my truck, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna go to AutoZone's website and order it off AutoZone. Well, and I'm gonna name AutoZone because it wasn't too bad of an experience. But anyway, so Friday I order it. It says be delivered next day. So I'm thinking, great, it'll be here. Yeah, I had things to do Saturday morning, Saturday afternoon, whatever, you know, so I thought I'd just work on it in the evening. But nonetheless, I'll have it here Saturday. Nope, Saturday comes and goes. Look at my tracking number. It's still sitting somewhere over in Missouri. So I'm like, great, I can't even work on it now because AutoZone can't even get it here on time. Anyway, came in today, and it was the right master cylinder, and I was happy about that. I've got it installed. Got the bench bled it, got the brake lines back on. Now I'm going to pull it over into my other stall and get it up on the lift. And I went ahead and I bought all new bleeder screws, and I've got them here somewhere on my bench. Yeah, got some bleeder screws here. So I'm going to go ahead and replace all the bleeder screws on the on this vehicle. So, because they're pretty rusty, and I figured just in case I have trouble getting some of them off, I can get a little aggressive with them and not have to worry about not being able to close them back up. So I just went ahead and bought 2 for the front, obviously, and then 2 for the back. So I'm going to go ahead and get it over into the other side of the garage here, get it on the lift, and I'm going to go ahead and use my I've got a power bleeder over here, and this is what I'm going to bleed the brakes with. So like I said, I'm going to go ahead and pull it over on the other side, and I'll be right back. Yeah, if you guys want to see something really kind of crazy and cool at the same time, on this GEO Tracker, the hood is actually way up in here inside the glove box. There we go. What a crazy place for a hood release, but oh, it is what it is, I guess. Well, took the rear wheels off to start the brake bleeding process, and yeah, shocks aren't supposed to look like that, nor are they supposed to look like that. So I guess I will have to call the lady up and tell her that I'm going to need to replace her rear shocks. Not only has this turned into a belt and door handles and brakes, it's going to turn into shocks too. I'm going to go ahead and check the condition of the struts here in just a little bit whenever I get around to bleeding the calipers on the front. So maybe it'll be struts too. We'll find out. Alright, I pumped her up to about 5 psi on the canister, and my collection container, and I've got my connector on my bleeder screw there. Let's crack her open. And we'll bleed her out. She's flowing. Slowly, but she's flowing. We'll let her flow till all the air's out and move on to the next one. On this one, I will say, notice on the passenger side, on the brake cylinder, there's no bleeder screw on it. It goes over to the brake line goes to the passenger side, and then it splits off back over here to the driver's side. And the driver's side wheel cylinder has the bleeder screw. For whatever reason, they didn't put one over on that passenger side for the rear brakes. So I I'll be back as soon as this one is done bleeding out. I'm over here on the front passenger side now, and I just want to show you. Let me get this off here. How that pours out like that. That's some pretty dirty brake fluid, so it's definitely due for a flush anyway. So I'm just about done with the front passenger side, so I'm going to move over to the driver's side here in just a moment. I'm also going to take these rotors and pads off, and I've got a brake hone that I'm going to use on them for right now, just to kind of clean them up. Pads need to be cleaned up, rotors needs to be cleaned. I'm not really going to recommend her for brakes now because she has a lot of pad life left. The front struts, I really don't know yet. I'm kind of leaning towards yes, she's going to need new struts, but I'm going to stick with the shocks for right now and then talk to her about the struts and see what she can afford. So anyway, I'm gonna get over to the driver's side and I'll be back. And just in case some of you were wondering about my collection container, this is just a small brake bleeder evacuator, and it actually works really well. I mean, as far as just using the air hose to suck out the brake fluid. But yeah, the air hose connection there, and all I gotta do is squeeze the trigger and it creates a Venturi effect, and this is the exhaust, and you hook it up like right here to your bleeder screw. You crack your bleeder screw, and she really does a pretty good job of removing the brake fluid from the brake system. I've used this on a couple of different vehicles, and it actually, all three of my vehicles that I own, I should say, I've done it on, and it works, you know, really good. It's a little time consuming. That's why I went ahead and I bought the power bleeder up here, because it runs on pressure, and it actually does work a little faster. But I thought I'd just mention that in this case someone was asking about it, so that's what that is. I was about to show the setup on the master cylinder. This kit comes with several different available caps for master cylinders, and of course the one I need this kit doesn't come with, but it comes with this oversized universal one. So all I did was I just got a small block of 1x2 and put some all threads through it, because in the kit itself it actually has J hooks that go through another adapter for the older style, like GM type master cylinders. So that's when I thought, well, I'll just get some all thread, quarter by 20 all thread, some wing nuts. I put nuts on the bottom of it and run it through the existing holes that are already in here for the J hooks. But like I said, the J hooks weren't long enough, so I just used the all thread, and it works great. Didn't leak, nothing, works perfect. I went ahead and took off the brake caliper to get the brake pads off, and I'm going to go ahead and clean out the clean off these shims and the pins. This top one was a little stiff, but yeah, this bottom one was completely frozen in, and now it pull it out, cleaned it up, greased it, and boom, now it works like it should. I'm gonna go ahead and clean off these brake pads and these rotors, and we'll go from there. Yeah, just in case you're out there wondering what I'm doing here, I'm using this rotor hone inside just a regular drill, and what it does is it just kind of cleans off the surface of the rotor, just get all that glazing and stuff off. I usually always do that if I have a vehicle in here but they don't need pads or rotors, or even on that for rear drums. I always take the brake hone and get it all cleaned up. But the rear, for like drums, I usually use a flap wheel or even a wire brush in my drill. But yeah, that's just what it does. And I'm going to go ahead and take some sandpaper and lay it out and rub the brake pads on it. So I'll be back. Well, I just spoke on the phone with the lady who owns this GEO Tracker. When I went in to just clean up the brakes a little bit and, you know, try to save her a few dollars and not have to do a brake job on here, come to find out that the calipers need replacement. Yeah, they're getting hung up real bad. I tried driving them in and out, in and out, in and out, and it's just not going to happen. So I called her up and she gave me approval to purchase 2 new brake calipers and some brake pads, and she also told me to go ahead and replace the shocks. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video with the brake booster and the master cylinder, because I don't want to drag this on too long. I'm going to go ahead and make a separate video with the brakes and probably a video with the shocks. So if you find this video helpful, give me a thumbs up, and thanks for watching.